Hey Archer, other than myself, what other demonic tyrants can you think of who rule over hell?
You ramble on about it so much, you're the only one I can think of.
Well, how about we consider the more cartoony side of things?
This is another Cuphead episode, isn't it?
Yep, anything to get back to watch our Let's Plays.
The devil, tyrannical ruler over the Inkwell Isle.
And Beelzebub, aka Robot Devil, Overlord of Robot Hell. I'm Demon.
And I'm Archer.
And it's our job to analyze these two characters to their fullest, see what would happen when these two fictional characters collide. Here's another question for everyone.
Okay then.
When it comes to futuristic worlds of Futurama, where doctors can be lobsters, cryogenic sleep is now a thing, and aliens galore, would you ever think that there would be a hell specifically designed for robots when they die?
In hindsight, no, I wouldn't. But since this is Futurama, it's bound to exist.
Correct, Archer, and just like any other type of hell, it's gotta have its own ruler.
Introducing Beelzebub, more commonly referred to as the Robot Devil. It's unknown how he came around, but one thing is for sure, he sure knows how to maintain order.
Through my experiences of being an overlord myself, I have to say he does a good job considering, you know, he rules over a realm of dev robots.
I would rather be out there than with you here.
Oh, come on, Archer. What's wrong with recording in my domain?
That's what's wrong.
When did I have a sprite?
You're the ruler of this place, shouldn't you know that?
I'll take note of that.
Anyways, shouldn't we get into his abilities?
Guess we should. Just be cautious, Archer. He has some weird stuff up his sleeve. Or arm. Or demonic arm. Or all of them.
Oh, such as like how he likes to play the fiddle?
That's not really a power, but yes, he can play the fiddle pretty well, actually.
Yes, he can. He can either play it in order to distract his enemies, or he could probably use it as an attack to bash someone's brains out.
But then that would be a waste of a good fiddle.
Luckily, he can pull them seemingly out of nowhere. Plus, he's got a golden fiddle, which is made out of gold. I'd say it's pretty special.
It's just made out of gold, man.
Yes, it is.
By abilities, I mean combatant stuff, not Harvey's Archer.
But that's the thing, Demon. His abilities are so crazy, it's like they aren't even combative.
I mean, but... wow. After looking at his powers, you're right.
See?
Yeah. How dare you slack on the job!
It's stuff like these that I just want to up and leave.
That's what you get for entering my domain. Now, Robot Devil's powers.
Well, for one, he has access to slight reality warping abilities, such as being able to stretch his own body and other objects of these, like he did to one of his contracts in Futurama.
Or randomly have his own personal band show up whenever he gets into the mood to start singing songs. A really good song, by the way.
The way you said that makes me scared for some reason.
Oh, it's nothing, Archer, it's nothing. Let's continue.
Okay, the Robot Devil has also shown that he's able to control fire. Kinda makes sense for being the devil and all.
Just as being able to create small flames in his hand to light a huge cigar, or huge plums of fire for whenever he gets inside it. Just like in a song number.
Song number? What are you talking about?
Don't worry about it.
Sure. Also, due to being a robot, and a demonic one at that, it's safe to assume that his stamina and endurance is very high. Almost limitless, even.
This means that he can fight for days on end, not having to worry about tiring out or being open to attack. Comes in handy too for whenever he needs to get into a...
The Robot Devil also isn't afraid to pull out weapons from time to time. Aside from the fiddles from before, he has tridents which help give him a long-range advantage in close combat, and possibly even more. He's got reality warping after all.
Didn't he use a trident in one of those song numbers as well?
Okay, Demon, what's wrong? You mentioning all this music-related stuff has me very worried.
I'm just a big fan of the Robot Devil, that's all, man. You know, both of us are demonic rulers after all.
Whatever you say, man.
Archer, don't forget he can summon extra robot arms out of nowhere.
Right, this helps him play the fiddle to a degree not known to any man. But the extra appendages can be used to grab at opponents, hold other weapons while creating fire with his other arms, or just use all of them at once to punch mother truckers.
Damn straight, Archer. Very useful ability, especially for playing the fiddle. Very impressive.
Yeah, it's also surprising to note that the Robot Devil is a good singer as well, tending to burst out into a song and dance number whenever he needs to get a point across, or if he's having a good day.
He's a very good singer.
Demon, what are you doing?
Ignore this third mic that I suddenly have in my other hand just appeared out of nowhere.
Wait a minute. Good singer, song numbers, Demon's acting weird. Demon?
What isn't my best co-host ever?
You... If you're about to force into a song and dance number, I swear...
I'm not sorry, Archer!
What?
The gods are evil, you won't miss them. We'll find ways to stimulate that smell. What a sorry fella, rolled up in smoke like a Vanacella. Here on level 1 of Robot Hell.
You have to be...
Gambling's wrong and so is cheating, so is forging phony IOUs. Let's set Lady Luck aside, what type of torture's justified? I'm the pit boss here on level 2.
Demon, can you please stop?
You're joining in or you're gonna burn forever even more.
Just tell me why.
Please read this 55-page warning.
There must be robots worse than I.
Checked around, there really aren't.
Then please let me explain my crimes. Okay, enough. Why, how, what convinced you with that small head of yours to pull such a thing like that?
Archer, that was one of the best things I have ever done on FCC.
Let's just finish this analysis, please.
Well, we shouldn't forget that the robot devil has spare robot bodies for when he dies. Like that time he got crushed by a giant boulder by Ghostbender.
But, Demon, can we allow that?
Well, I mean, he has actually got to die in order to get another spare body. It's the only other way he can get one after all, meaning that he won't have access to them in his fight. Plus, it takes a while to get another one anyway, so... what a hassle.
But at least he has them around just for extra storage.
And due to the robot devil being ageless, he potentially has a lot of experience ruling over hell and putting up with other less than good robots.
He can also swap his hands with someone.
How? Why?
Don't know, just because. It's a random thing he can do, likely pointing towards reality warping once again.
But despite that fact, this robot is one of the more cooler devils made. He has some stupid downsides.
He might have unlimited stamina. His bodies are definitely not durable. It can still be destroyed from time to time. It's the reason why he needs spare ones just in case.
Plus, he's not really a fighter, tending to just stand back and rule over hell with his wicked music.
While that's good for the robots, that doesn't really help in a fight. The best thing you're going to get is a bunch of people getting distracted. But even then, it's not all that useful.
Doesn't help that he has very few experience in actually fighting. After a fiddle contest he had with Brian Leela, Leela gave up and smashed his head with the fiddle.
Or how Ghostbender was able to crush him with a boulder.
Or why he prefers song and dance compared to fighting.
Plus, his shindigs often get him into rather weird situations, and make some rather strange decisions.
Because swapping your hands with someone is actually a good idea. You can ask Archer about that, we swapped hands last week.
Yeah, that was an experience. But he did that to make the other robots feel like they had a chance.
Yeah, whatever you say, but no matter what you do, make sure to not get in the way of this robot devil and his oh-so-catchy music.
Fencing diamonds, fixing cockfights, publishing indecent magazines. You'll pay for every crime, knee-deep in electric slime. You'll suffer till the end of time, enduring tortures, most of which crime. Trapped forever here in Robot Hell!
Before the times of a pair of gambling cut brothers, there existed the Inkwell Isles, and it just so happens that some very evil people were running the entire place.
These not-so-good people decided that one day, a casino was the best way to rule over the place, and voila! The Inkwell Hell Casino was born.
This is the place where the devil and his lackey, King Dice, would rule with an iron fist, eventually putting a few local restaurants in debt, requiring a couple of soul contracts that needed to be collected.
Luckily, the Cup brothers were dumb enough to deal with the devil himself.
And as we all know, that didn't end well for Cuphead and Bugman.
Oh yeah, that kinda did it. And with that, the brothers were off, beginning their quest to collect all the soul contracts, all the while the devil and King Dice probably snickered in the distance.
Remember guys, don't deal with any form of devil.
Except me, I'm fair, folks.
When we played a card game together once, all the cards had links to our Cuphead Let's Play.
Check it out, everyone, we need it!
Of course you had to put it in there.
You know me best, Archer.
Sure I do. Anyways, the devil is an evil, cruel, manipulative son of a snitch who's always full of himself, and hardly cares for his lackeys, not even caring that much for King Dice.
Now that's just mean.
Hey, the devil's gotta find some form of entertainment after all.
He lives in a giant casino! Doesn't he already have enough things to entertain himself with?
Because people, or devils in this case, are weird. A common trend starting with you.
Just because I keep a torture machine in the basement of my castle doesn't mean I actually use it. Actually, I might use it on you.
Demon, devil's abilities.
Yes. No one mentioned about the torture machine. Like Robot Devil, he also has some form of reality warping. His body can be squashed, stretched, and torn apart, and it doesn't even bother him.
And it connects to the stuff he can do, since most of his attacks don't make any sense.
The Devil's body is a weapon in on itself, too, thanks to the fact that he's a giant. He can simply crush smaller opponents and walk around them like it's nothing.
Doesn't help that he can extend certain parts of his bodies for attacks as well.
Yes, Archer, such as when he stretches his arms in the background to attack someone in the foreground using both arms, all while turning himself into a ram. Sure.
This once again points toward reality warping, or he's just really good at stretching. Either one.
The devil can also turn into different forms as well, such as splitting his head from his body in order to turn into a spider, surprising attacks from the ceiling.
He also gains 4 extra arms, which he doesn't use in battle, but are sure useful for other stuff as well.
I can see where that's going, boys.
Or just up and turn into a serpent, in which he can extend his neck to major lengths to attack the enemy at long range.
He also has mild telekinesis and pyrokinesis as well during the first part of his fight.
This is thanks to his trusty trident. While the devil can most likely use it for physical attacks, he likes to cast some special spell which creates a variety of projectiles.
Just has 4 crystal balls which can bounce around the entire arena.
Or up to 5 fireballs, which kind of orbit around the center fireball, which slowly moves across the arena, making for a dangerous AoE attack.
He can also summon up to 6 blue fireballs, which home onto whatever the devil feels like destroying. All the while, the devil twirls his trident while moving his arms, suggesting his telekinesis stuff. Hey, don't forget about the random minions that like popping in once in a while as well, that likes to sneak up on an enemy while they're distracted trying to fight the devil.
While that's good and all, they can easily be taken out, meaning devil has to utilize this fodder rather effectively. But since he unleashes an ungodly amount of things in the enemy in the first place, it's something he really doesn't have to worry about.
But even after all this, the devil can unzip his body, become a skeleton, and escapes down into a hole for his second phase?
Oh yes, Demon, this is the last phase, in which he comes back with another body. Only this time, it's much bigger.
Hey look, he can make his eyes turn into flying bombs and even summon giant casino chips. Oh my!
Because, why not? He can also summon fiery axes, which can be thrown at people, which is much more useful than some giant casino chips.
But they make for good distractions, so I guess it works.
If that's not enough, the devil also gets help from 2 dragon minions, which are able to shoot skulls at an enemy, making for much better destruction compared to his previous soldiers.
Archer, don't forget that he's fucking huge! Look at him! He can simply crush people with those fingers of his! I mean, holy shit!
He even combines his eyes together into one when creating those axes and flying bat bombs. Creepy.
Hell, he's so giant that the tears he creates when he's nearly beaten are able to hurt people.
Using your tears to attack people. So, what, is the devil a waterbender or something?
He's certainly no waterbender, but he has been able to keep watch over the Inkwell Isles for quite some time.
Plus, for all of King Dice's faults, he's actually a pretty good second in command with a catchy theme song.
Ah, Mr. King Dice.
Save that for after the video.
Aw. Sorry, the robot devil song and number earlier just put me in a musical mood.
I can see why.
Oh, and the devil was able to beat the Cup brothers in a match of gambling as well. Kinda makes sense though, because it is his casino. $5 said he cheated.
$10 to me if you're wrong.
Deal!
I'm going to win this one. Wait a minute, did I just deal with the devil?
You did, dipshit!
Well, Demon's not the smartest one around, so I think I'm good.
What did we make a deal on again?
Perfect.
No, seriously, what did we make a deal on again?
I just realized something. What is it with these devils and their lack of feats?
I mean, they kinda have feats. It's just that these two don't really have a lot of work with, since both of them has been used very sparingly.
That's the price you have to pay sometimes.
What did we make a deal on again?
If the devil cheated at the better not ease.
Oh! If he cheats in the animation, I get $20.
Nice to see some devils are still stupid. Now, for being a tyrannical ruler and all, the devil still has a couple of flaws.
Like he's overconfident for one. He thinks everyone is beneath him and kinda undermines the situation when he's up against the Cup Bros. And lost.
Not to mention, he doesn't really plan out attacks that often and just tends to throw out whatever he can in order to overwhelm a foe.
And remember his second phase? While it's mighty durable, his giant form leaves him open for a lot of attacks and doesn't really gain a lot of added benefits other than that.
I mean, compared to all the stuff he can do in his other forms, yeah, he's got problems.
He can also be a bit too reliant on his minions. The ones in his first fight only serve as fodder to distract the enemy, while the dragons are his main thing you have to watch out for in the second phase.
Or having King Dice manage nearly everything for him, only showing up after King Dice's ass was kicked.
The devil is also a complete sourpuss as well, bowing to the point of tears whenever he's nearly beaten, and just gives up after enough damage is dealt to him.
Lastly, the devil is also stupid for not using that trident to attack during his first phase. I mean, wouldn't it be smart to attack someone with it while also having the minions out as well? or using the extra arms, or in conjunction with one of his other forms. I mean, come on!
Plus, he might or might not have an ego that hampers his fighting skill, leading to him sometimes screwing up and costing him the entire match.
But other than that, I wouldn't deal with this devil anytime soon if I was you.
Unless if it was me!
Can you stop that, please?
Check out the Cuphead Let's Play on my channel, everyone!
Okay, the combatants are set. Let's settle this.
It's time for these two fictional characters to collide.
What was that?
Wait!
Who goes there?
So this is the place that Dice was talking about! Excuse me, Mr. Devil, sir. It appears you have ripped off my style. Being another devil and all.
Why does he get the cool stick figure model, but I don't?
Whatever, that makes me angry.
You got nerve for stepping in here like this, scum.
Why, thank you, Devil, sir. But first, how about we make this a little more fairer?
What did you do to me?
A little location, color, and size change will make this fight much more interesting.
You just shield your faithful. Fight! Take this.
Go fiddle! Protect me, my magical instrument, my fiddle! Oh wait, was I supposed to do something? Oh yeah, catch! You know, if we're bringing arms into this and all, only fair for me to bring out these extra arms. Ha!
Ow, 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 ow,
Had enough there, my friend. You know, laughing is probably not the best response for the kind of position that you're in. Oh. Whoopee!
You're an interesting opponent, I must admit.
Why, thanks, buddy. Those will be your last words after I do this. That was the fire's fault. Yes, totes. Oh my!
Pathetic.
Just gotta land, catch all of them there fireballs, and aha! Pitiful! You won't be ready for my next attack. I'm not done using my fiddle yet. That's unfortunate.
Any more tricks, you phony? I'd like to get to the part where I kill you.
As a matter of fact, I do. This one might be a little weird, but let's roll with it. Clap!
Wait, is that my arm?
I turned into that goof for nothing gambling buffoon! Hell!
And I've turned into a slightly less powerful version of Bender. Bite my shiny metal ass.
Energy blasts?
Spinning time, motherfucker. Laser gun blast. DP.
Bang! Where did he go?
Right behind you, asshole.
Prepare to die! Ah!
I'll gladly compensate for your death. Just pay me back $5 once you reach town.
I've had enough of this damn false reality. What?
Oh, much better.
Since you're not having as much fun as I am, I'll end it right here and now. Arms! Any last words, you pathetic excuse of a devil? Do you not see that I have you at this embrace? This apply enough force, and you'll have a body without any head. Okay, that's a cop-out and you know it. Like, why didn't you use them before the start of this battle? You dumbass piece of shit. Up!
This is what you do to deal with the devil.
Was that supposed to be a one-liner? If so, it sucked much harder than you getting beat by a sentient cup and... Ah!
Someone clean that up.
Ha! Suck it, Archer! Hand over my $20.
But did the Cuphead devil even cheat?
I don't care. My 20 now.
And did they just turn into Cuphead and Bender?
Yes, they did, Archer. I need my $20, like right now.
I'll ponder on that later. Now, while the two devils both shared the same reality warping powers, the Cuphead devil takes most of the other advantages.
Like experience. Sure, the robot devil is potentially older, but he hardly knows how to fight. The Cuphead devil, on the other hand, actually knows how to fight, and his overconfidence is more than enough to sustain him for a long fight.
That's what happens when you favor song and dance numbers instead of actual combat skills, something that the Robot Devil severely lacks compared to the Cuphead Devil.
Next up, their abilities. While some of the Robot Devil's abilities are good for combat, almost half of them are either useless or weak compared to the Cuphead Devil's.
While the Robot Devil has his fiddle and can pull out other weapons, the Cuphead Devil's proficiency with his trident alone matches and far surpasses anything that the Robot Devil uses.
Sure, the Robot Devil has his own personal band, but the Cuphead Devil's minions are actually serve a purpose and are far more useful than the Robot Devil's band any day.
Robot Devil can summon up to 1 to 2 extra limbs.
But Cuphead Devil can create 4.
Or, the Cuphead Devil having a second phase, which towers over the Robot Devil, making it nigh impossible to attack him.
For versatility, Cuphead Devil also has a slight advantage in this. With the use of his minions, tridents, forms, and projectiles, he can stay in a fight longer than the Robot Devil. Sure, Robot Devil has better control over fire, but that's only going to get him so far compared to the Cuphead Devil's wider arsenal of attacks.
In strength, it's kind of unfair, as Cuphead Devil is much bigger. Therefore, he automatically becomes much stronger than the Robot Devil can even dream of.
Plus second phase, people.
Nah, that's just making it unfair.
And durability, the Cuphead Devil takes this thing as well. He's shown after wave of punishment without much effect. His second phase alone can take a lot.
Meanwhile, the Robot Devil hasn't really shown much of the same durability, and can't take as much as the Cuphead Devil can. I mean, the Robot Devil's body got crushed by a simple boulder. Cuphead Devil tanks way more force than that.
Both the Devils share their intelligence advantage, as both are not really smart and can hardly come up with a strategy.
Heck, Robot Devil may be even slightly faster for all we know, due to his small size.
However, the Devil's sheer size alone makes it so that the speed becomes irrelevant in this match, as Robot Devil can't really do anything against Cuphead Devil.
And about the whole spare bodies thing, yes, Robot Devil can just keep coming back in more spare bodies.
But since they all share the same durability as one another, Cuphead Devil will still be able to easily destroy one. This means that entirely A, the fight continues on for entirely, in which becomes a stalemate between the two, or B, the Robot Devil eventually runs out of bodies, meaning he's out of the picture for good.
And while Cuphead Devil's stamina isn't as impressive as Robot Devil's, he'll always be able to rest after each fight with another spare body, since it takes a while for the Robot Devil to come back with one. Due to this, it's why we were able to exclude it from the fight, due to the complications it brings about.
Even then, the Cuphead Devil is still technically killing Robot Devil if it comes to a stalemate over and over again. Meaning the Robot Devil doesn't really win in that situation either. No matter which way you look at it, the spare bodies or not, this matchup wasn't looking for everyone's favorite ruler of Robot Hell.
While Robot Devil was potentially faster and held the same intelligence advantage, the Cuphead Devil's sheer size, strength, versatility, durability, and combat experience gave him the win.
I still want my $20, Archer.
Ignoring that, it seems that the Robot Devil suffered one hell of a loss today, folks.
The winner is the Devil from Cuphead.
Next time on Fictional Characters Collide.
Don't need a host.